Will Wes Watson be pleading guilty? How the hell should I know? What's going on, everyone? Thanks for watching Strength Addicts on all social media platforms, powered by IML. Visit IronMegLabs.com today. Make your mark with Iron Meg Labs. So, guys, here's the deal. I don't care how much money he spends on a legal dream team. And he can put one together. And he can have the experts, and he could have witnesses. And oh my gosh, could you imagine if he had Angel Bajada come as a witness? Because Angel Bajada on my Instagram, when I pressed him about lying through his teeth and being summoned to court, whether by the state or civilly, he said something to the effect of, I know what to say. It isn't anything new to me. So basically, I mean, I don't want to slander a guy that's basically lying to the world and saying that if he's called to court, he's going to testify to the statements he's making on social media. I won't call someone like that a liar. I mean, my goodness, I don't want you to sue me for defamation, Angel. Because, you know, the best defense to defamation is, are my ears clean? The truth. You are a liar. But I asked him point blank. I said, you know, you could be subpoenaed to criminal court or to civil court. What are you going to do then? And he's like, oh, I know what to do. Would that not be hilarious in a really sad and pathetic and outrageous kind of way? Because Angel says he saw it. He's a witness. Oh my gosh, what if the state were to subpoena Angel? Could you imagine, Angel? You're not going to get on there and lie, are you? Because then you'll be joining Wes making license plates. I'm not kidding. If you are caught red-handed lying in court, I mean, you know, shouldn't be lying in court at all. It's a pretty despicable thing to do. But hey, I'm a lawyer. You know, I think that the truth is very important, especially in a court of law or speaking to a law enforcement officer or whatever. You know what I mean? But you're going to come in there and lie after you said what you said on my Instagram page. I would gladly one day FedEx deliver a screenshot of what you said on the Strength Addicts page. And Ghost does not sponsor me, by the way, so you're welcome. But to impeach this guy, Iron Meg Labs doesn't make canned energy drinks, so it's okay. But thank you. This is the best flavor on earth. Before I die, I want to take a sip of this. And no, red berry looks similar outside. It's not. This is the flavor right here. This is it. This is the magic. And then could you imagine if you called like the 3 co-defendants and they went on there and lied? Right after lying, they'd be arrested. Why are those guys not charged? But they will be charged. They will be charged. Now, wouldn't it be interesting? This is how I'm playing out the trial, if there is a trial, if Wes is stupid enough to go to trial, because you see, if he plea deals, he can get some kind of a benefit, any kind of a benefit. If he takes it to trial and is found guilty, they're going to throw the book at him. They will throw the book at him, especially with all his social media antics and how he talks and walking around with a purse. Nothing wrong with walking around with a purse. I'm Wes Watson. Everybody knows who I am. But the point is, and I will not be fighting Wes. I know there's a lot of interest in that. I am going to take a hard pass on that. But he'd probably kick my ass. I can't fight. I mean, even a 5'8" guy, you know, that needs a gang would probably win. I mean, listen, tall people are not tough. We're not. Triple H and, you know, somebody else. I don't know. Thank God for you guys. You guys are the exception. But I'm not tough, and I'm not interested in fighting an ex-con, or anybody for that matter. I mean, I don't want to fight a rabbi either, or the Indian guy that makes the food in that little hut over there in India. He's gone viral, man. You got to put some shoes on, bro. Seriously, and get yourself a hairnet. But the thing is that, you know, I mean, look, if it was to trial, I could see the state going to these 3 assholes in the gym that, you know, gang beat on this poor man and say, listen, you're guilty of felony battery too, but you didn't hit him 50 times. You didn't kick him 8 times. You kicked him once. You, it looks like, hit him with a dumbbell. You were the lookouts. And yeah, there was a you and you and you. There were several people involved, because this could also be a conspiracy. Again, and that could even tie you in, Angel. But because you lied. Because you were an accessory after the fact. See, what you did, if this was like a capital murder case, for example, you would be an accessory after the fact because you knowingly went all over social media and spread lies as an alleged witness. And you tried to keep this down and quiet. And so, I don't know if it would stick. You can charge a ham sandwich just like you can sue him. But if I was a prosecutor and this was like, say, a murder case, like if that guy had died, I would be adding you on as an accessory. Oh my gosh, after the fact, to a murder case. That would be really bad. But you see, when you take a 1 pound dumbbell, see, I had to think about this a little bit because initially I thought, 10, 15 pounds, but no. A 1 pound dumbbell, it's like a paperweight. If you hit someone over the head with that, which is what I think happened to this man, he could have died and you would have been charged. But I digress. I really don't like that guy because he's a liar and I don't like liars. Hence why we went back to the whole court thing and telling the truth because I despise liars. But in any event, they could go to these 3 bums and say, listen, instead of charging you with felony battery or conspiracy or whatever, we want you to testify for us against Wes Watson. And they will, and you will be screwed. You will be screwed. Another interesting factor would be, and I could not see why they wouldn't do this, the state would put the victim on the stand. Now, we all remember what happened with Rich Piana and Jason, and when Jason talked about what happened, how angry that made all of us. Very angry. So, imagine that man taking the stand and trying to explain what happened to him. Within 10 seconds, everybody in that court, the jury, if there is one, the judge, both sides of the legal spectrum, the defense and the prosecution, any witnesses, they're going, and if, my gosh, could you imagine if the judge allowed the media to cover it? Then the whole world would see. And the anger level at Wes would go through the roof. Because I've been told that you almost immediately know that this man is not there, not well. And that's going to compound the anger from seeing just a regular man being kicked and punched by 3 or 4 guys at a gym, Elevation Fitness in Miami, Florida. So you're going to have the anger from that, and then you're going to have the anger of this special needs man who, I don't know if he speaks a certain way or he twitches or I don't know. But if people have said it's extremely obvious within a second or two, they're going to be furious that somebody, with these conditions would have been beaten up by anyone. But then they're going to be furious about seeing a guy on his knees getting kicked and punched when all he's trying to do is beg them to stop, covering his head and begging them to stop. They're going to be very angry. And again, judges are only human. Jurors are only human. You can instruct a juror not to be angry you can instruct a juror not to take something into account, to pretend they didn't see something they shouldn't have seen. But once you squeeze the toothpaste out of the tube, you're not getting that toothpaste back in. The impression has been made. I'm telling you, Wes is a very hateable kind of guy. The opposite of lovable. He's a very hateable kind of guy. And I don't think that he would want to go to trial. So I feel like he's going to plead guilty. It's just a question of to what. And the other thing is that I think that he would plead guilty not even for a reduced sentence, but simply to bypass the trial process. The trial process, I think, I really think they would throw the book at him. I really do. And so I don't think he wants to go that route. Plus, here's the deal, why I say that. Because I don't think the prosecutors would be in any mood to give him anything because they've got this video. They've got this video, and there's millions of people want justice, actively on social media. There's no reason for them to cut him any slack. The only thing that he has is, docket management. They wouldn't have one more trial. But then on the flip side, this would be the one more trial those prosecutors would want to do. A good prosecutor, or imagine a young prosecutor, They can make their name by pummeling this, ex-con gang shot caller who beat up, a disabled man or special needs man with his friends at a gym in Miami. That could make their career. That could be like their, yeah. Especially for a young prosecutor out to try to prove him or herself, they'll bury this guy. So again, I don't know what the motivation really would be for prosecutors to not want, to give this, not want to proceed to trial, not want to take it to the next level and give him some sort of a plea deal. But people often think of plea deals as being these sweetheart deals that, are lopsided in the defendant's favor. That's not always the case. I mean, of course, there's going to be a benefit because, that's the nature of a deal. Both sides get something. But I still think that he's going to have to do some time. There's no way that he's going to get conditionally discharged, some diversion program or, pick up cans on the side of the road. He's going to go to jail, prison. It's a felony. So, but I don't know. But that's where the dream team can come in. They can try to get him to pay fines, try to get him to go to all sorts of anger management classes, try to, maybe put an alcohol and a drug and alcohol, restriction on him. You could put an anklet on him. You could have him do random drug testing. You could just totally ruin his life without having him go to prison. But I just don't think that even the most, good old boy, most connected, most social, most likable legal dream team money can buy is going to be able to get that for Wes. I just don't see it. Now they may do all sorts of maneuvers once he's inside to get him out sooner. Yeah, but I don't see how Wes is going to avoid prison here. I don't see it. And so it's really weird because I think that if he could, well, I guess, you know what? Let me take that back. I was going to say if this was a more serious case with other co-defendants, there would be, the possibility he would flip on them and then maybe he could still, somehow walk out. But he doesn't have any co-defendants, and the people that helped him beat up this guy, they're bigger bums than he is. So there's really nothing. But then I paused myself and I said, well, if he were to make a phone call to one of the alphabet agencies, FBI, DEA, IRS, maybe wants to sell out some businesses or something. I don't know. The point is that if he knows stuff about people, and it doesn't go against his principles, his integrity, because he's a life coach, that maybe he could sell out a couple people, 30 people, 100 people, and maybe that way he could walk out. But then he'd have to disappear. He wouldn't be able to do the social media thing. He'd have to go do something else because, if he's going to sell someone out that's big enough to justify him walking right out of there, they're probably going to be pretty angry. They're probably going to know a lot of people, and Wes will, join Jimmy Hoffa in the Meadowlands. So the point is that, I think he's fucked. Thanks for watching.